Well, it's no secret that Ambassador Susan Rice is reportedly on the short list to replace Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State, which has drawn some serious criticism from Senator John McCain. Watch this.
Susan Rice should have known better, and if she didn't know better, she's not qualified. She should have known better. I will do everything in my power to block her from being the United States Secretary of State.
Now, that statement has members of the Congressional Black Caucus up in arms, and some are even pulling out the race and sexist card in an attempt to smear the veteran U.S. Senator and decorated war hero. Watch this.
There is a clear, in my opinion, a clear sexism and racism that goes with these comments that are being made by, unfortunately, Senator McCain and others.
There was a time when I regarded Mr. McCain in particular as a gentleman. I am sad that this is not one of those moments.
And joining me now with reaction from the New York Civil Rights Coalition, Michael Meyers, Fox News contributor Deneen, Borelli. It's almost like they're just running the campaign again.
No, you're absolutely right. And I say get used to more of the sexism, race card, and the class warfare. That's part of what helped Obama get reelected, part of how he got elected initially. But listen, this is all about credibility and accountability of Susan Rice. She should have known better. She misled the American people, and now we have those on the left that are trying to make this about race when in fact it has absolutely nothing to do about race. If that was you or me who did that in terms of, you know, lying and not being forthright and being credible in your position, you would be out of the door.
Michael, I guess the fact 5 days later, everybody else in the country knew. How did she not know? She just went in there. Thank you for my talking points. I'll regurgitate them.
Well, obviously, she is the flunky for the President of the United States, and we all know that. Oh, did I become racist and sexist by saying that? You know, I want to reply to that Congresswoman from the Congressional Black Choir about her opinion as racist and sexist. Choir. I call it the Congressional Black Choir because they sing the same old song, the same old siren song of racism and sexism and separatism. Choir. They sing the same old song. Right. And this woman, in my opinion, is racist and sexist. Well, your opinion, to use a rap word, Congresswoman, is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. I am so sickened.
Isn't that a, quote, rapper?
Yes, ludicrous.
Right. But you know what?
I am so sickened by this unrelenting, this ceaseless, this craven cry of racism and sexism every time someone disagrees with them.
Why wouldn't we see more of this? Because it works. This is why Democrats use it every election cycle, because it works.
No, you're
and scaring old people. It works.
That's right. The fear and scare tactics. But you know what? The Congressional Black Caucus, perhaps they should be demanding an investigation. Yeah. Who set up Susan Rice? Where's the outcry about who set her up to take she's like the fall guy in this situation.
The whole idea in the 21st century of Congressional Black Caucus, to me, is offensive.
Why?
They should go out of business because they still judge people and talk about people in the basis of their skin color. Why do we need a Congressional Black Caucus in the 21st century? Why do we need to have racially gerrymandered districts so that blacks can elect blacks, Asians can elect Asians, and Latinos can elect Latinos? We have lost the culture. We have lost the culture, and we've lost the country.
What did you think of Joe Biden? I mean, let's be honest, the least hip person in the world, and watch what he says here.
So as the president said when he was up here with the governor, we're not going anywhere, Gov. We're not going anywhere, and you got a homeboy in the deal who gets it.
Why do these politicians try to be hip?
Who's he pandering to?
Why? I mean, it's
I'll tell you why. Ridiculous. Because it is a failure of the human intellect. These people cannot think beyond the identity box, the racial box, and trying to pass the blame along to somebody else. All they think about is getting re-elected.
We see this a lot. You see Al Gore go before a predominantly African-American audience. Hillary does it. President Obama did it. Their cadence, their tone, everything changes.
Biden.
But they're pandering to
the base. Pandering. It's insulting.
Right. It is insulting. They should be talking about limited government, personal responsibility, and economic prosperity. That's what they should be talking about.
I mean, Biden, I'm going to put you all back in chains. They all do this. And it's disgusting.
He got away with it.
No, but the blacks and the Latinos, they love it. They love when people come there and talk down to them. They love that black rap. They love that black talk.
Wait a minute. Is it talking down? Is it viewed that way? Or
No,
I mean,
it's
literally
real-
the entire everything about them changes. Everything.
It's all about pandering and trying to get that vote, especially in the black community, and this is accepted when in fact it should not.
I tell you
Al
what. I
Gore,
tell you what
he
it
goes
is.
into the preacher boy.
I tell you what.
Republicans don't want to count you. He goes into black preacher. He's,
No. The problem is, it's paternalism. It's the same problem with every time a black or a woman rises to a position of accountability and responsibility. They cannot be held to the same rigorous standards they held other people because people look at them differently. It's paternalism. It's they who are being racist, Congressional Black
Well, it
Caucus.
comes out as
It's
a
they
double
are being
standard,
sexist.
too.
you think they're
It's a
racist?
double standard.
I think they're racist and I think they're sexist.
It's definitely a double standard.
All right, guys, good to see you both.
They're racist and sexist, period. I said it,
You
as
said
Mark
it. All
Levin
right,
was
coming
saying.
up right
I said
now,
it.
the president's first line.